Number 8, Material Handling, Storage, Use, and Disposal. Office of Training and Education, OSHA. Overview. Handling and storing materials involves diverse operations. Manual material handling. Carrying bags or materials. Unpacking materials. Material handling via machine. Forklift, crane, rigging. Stacking or storing drums, barrels, kegs, lumber, loose bricks, or other material. Injuries. Lifting objects is a major cause of back injuries in the workplace. Improper storing and handling of materials and equipment can cause struck by and crushed by injuries. Hazards. Improper manual lifting or carrying loads that are too heavy or large. Being struck by materials or being caught in pinch points. Crushed by machines, falling materials, or improperly stored materials. Incorrectly cutting ties or securing devices. Manual handling. Seek help when a load is too bulky to properly grasp or lift. When you can't see around or over the load. When you can't safely handle the load. Attach handles to loads to reduce the chances of getting fingers smashed. Safe lifting. Break loads into parts. Get help with heavy or bulky items. Lift with legs. Keep back straight. Do not twist. Use handling aids such as steps, trestles, shoulder pads, handles, or wheels. Avoid lifting above shoulder level. Safe lifting training. What should be taught? How to lift safely. How to avoid unnecessary physical stress or strain. What you can comfortably handle without undue strain. Proper use of equipment. Recognizing potential hazards and how to prevent/correct them. Personal protective equipment. For loads with sharp or rough edges, wear gloves or other hand and forearm protection. When loads are heavy or bulky, wear steel-toed safety shoes to prevent foot injuries if the load is dropped. Materials handling equipment. Employees must be trained in the proper use and limitations of the equipment they operate. This includes knowing how to effectively use equipment such as forklifts, cranes, slings. Forklifts. Center the load on the forks and as close to the mast as possible to minimize the potential for the truck tipping or load falling. Overloading a lift truck makes it harder to control and could make it tip over. Place the load at the lowest position for traveling. Don't place extra weight on the rear of a counterbalanced forklift to allow an overload. Operating a forklift safely. Keep arms and legs inside the truck. Handle only stable loads. Keep speed low. You may have to stop. Be careful when making sharp turns with a raised load. If a load blocks your view, travel in reverse. No riders unless there's an approved seat. Don't drive with forks raised. Wear safety belts or other restraint devices. Powered industrial truck training. Truck-related topics. workplace-related topics. Standard requirements. Trainee must be supervised by a competent person and not endanger others. Formal instruction. Practical training. Evaluation of performance. Dock boards, bridge plates. Dock boards must have handholds or other effective means for safe handling. Earth moving equipment. Scrapers, loaders, crawler or wheel tractors, bulldozers, off-highway trucks, graders, tractors. Provide seat belts. Equipment with an obstructed rear view can't be used in reverse unless the equipment has a signal alarm. Cranes. Check the load chart in the cab. Frequently inspect. Never lift people. Check overhead power lines. Ensure area of travel is safe. Rigging equipment sling. Types of slings covered are those made from alloy steel chains, wire ropes, metal mesh, natural or synthetic fiber rope, or synthetic web. Examples given: chain, wire rope, metal mesh, synthetic. Sling inspection. Inspect slings each day before use, where service conditions warrant. Remove them from service if damaged or defective. Remove from service. Immediately remove damaged or defective slings from service. Alloy steel chains. Adapt to shape of the load. Can damage by sudden shocks. Best choice for hoisting very hot metals. Must have an affixed tag stating size, grade, rated capacity, and sling manufacturer. Markings. Alloy steel chain. It must be marked with grade or manufacturer's mark. Alloy steel chain attachments. Rated capacity. Hooks, rings, oblong links, or other attachments, when used with alloy steel chains, must have a rated capacity at least equal to that of the chain. Unsuitable alloy steel chain attachments. Two examples. The example on the left is correct. The example on the right is incorrect. Job or shop hooks and links, or makeshift fasteners formed from bolts, rods, etc., or other such attachments, can't be used. Chain wear. When a chain shows excessive wear or is cracked or pitted, remove it from service. Non-alloy repair links cannot be used. Wire rope slings, used to hoist materials. Selection considerations: strength, ability to bend without cracking, ability to withstand abrasive wear, ability to withstand abuse. Wire rope slings, eye splices. Eye splices made in any wire rope must have at least 3 full tucks. Protruding ends. Cover or blunt protruding ends of strands. Wire rope clips. When using U-bolt wire rope clips to form eyes, ensure the U section is in contact with the dead end of the rope. The example given is a dead end. This is the correct method. Lubrication. Regularly lubricate ropes and chains. Wire rope slings. Remove from service. If these happen, remove the wire rope sling from service. Bird caging, kinking, crushing. Synthetic web sling markings. Mark or code to show. Name or trademark of manufacturer. Rated capacities for the type of hitch. Type of material. Synthetic web sling fittings. Fittings must be at least as strong as that of the sling, free of sharp edges that could damage the webbing. Synthetic web sling stitching. Example of stitching. Stitching is the only method allowed to attach end fittings to webbing or to form eyes. Synthetic web sling, remove from service. Remove from service if any of these are present: acid or caustic burns, melting or charring of any part, snags, punctures, tears or cuts, broken or worn stitches, distortion of fittings. Example of heat damage shown. Storing materials. Secure materials stored in tiers by stacking, racking, blocking, or interlocking to prevent them from falling. Post safe load limits of floors. Keep aisles and passageways clear. Storing materials. Don't store non-compatible materials together. In buildings under construction, don't place stored materials within 6 feet of a hoistway or floor opening. Fall protection. Employees who work on stored materials in silos, hoppers, or tanks must be equipped with lifelines and harnesses. Brick storage. Stack bricks in a manner that will keep them from falling. Do not stack them more than 7 feet high. Taper back a loose brick stack after it is 4 feet high. Lumber. Remove nails before stacking. Stack on sills. Stack lumber so that it is stable and self-supporting. Housekeeping. Keep storage areas free from accumulated materials that cause tipping, fires, or explosions, or that may contribute to harboring rats or pests. Disposal of waste materials. Use an enclosed chute when you drop materials more than 20 feet outside of a building. If you drop debris through holes in the floor without chutes, enclose the drop area with barricades. Disposal of scrap and flammable materials. Remove all scrap lumber, waste material, and rubbish from the immediate work area as work progresses. Keep all solvent waste, oily rags, and flammable liquids in fire-resistant covered containers until removed from worksite. Disposal of demolition materials. Removal of materials through floor openings. Openings must be less than 25% of the whole floor. Floors weakened or made unsafe by demolition must be shored so they can safely carry the demolition load. Summary. Manually handling materials. When lifting objects, lift with your legs, keep your back straight, do not twist, and use handling aids. Using cranes, forklifts, and slings to move material. Watch for potential struck by and crushed by dangers. For slings, check their load capacity, inspect them, and remove them from service when they display signs of stress or wear. Also, keep work areas free from debris and materials. Store materials safely to avoid struck by/crushed by hazards. This concludes materials handling and storage.